Well, hi folks, Den Lennie here from F.S.A.L.E Academy, and I'm very excited today to be able to show you officially all the details of this camera that I've been teasing you with for the last few weeks. I'm here at Hangman Studios, where we are just completing the edit on a music promo Vertical with Cozzy, a new up-and-coming artist here in London. And with James, we just co-directed and shot this music video. We did it in about 48 hours start to finish, actually shooting for about 24 hours of them. But anyway, about the camera, because I'm sure you're dying to know what's what. Here it is. It's the NEX fs100 from Sony. It is a super 35mm sensor, so you're essentially looking at the DSLR video camera. Let me tell you a bit about the history of this. You may have seen the Sony film that I've appeared in. On the 31st of March 2010, I was invited down to Sony in Basingstoke as part of a customer-focused design process. And so I contributed to the design of this camera. They asked me to explain some of the kind of pitfalls of the technology I was using, the DSLRs, and help understand how we could make it better. And this is it. It is been designed from the ground up with operators in mind, and I'm very, very proud to have been part of that process. So let me talk you through. We've got a Super 35 Exmor sensor, beautiful, beautiful sensor. The images coming out of this camera are absolutely stunning. We actually shot this music video on this lens. It's a Sony f1.4 50mm alpha lens. So not a lens you would necessarily think of for shooting promos. But the pictures are just so sharp, the images are so clean. I'm sure there will be lens mounts coming out, which means you can put PL adapters on, Canon adapters, use all your existing glass. Built-in iris into the lens here, so you can control that. If you are an EX1 owner, then all of these controls are going to feel very similar. One of the things we were very keen to do in this sort of design stage was make it very familiar to anyone who's using it. 6 assignable switches, which is really, really useful. So you've got here zebra, histogram, smooth low record, peaking, marker, and last scene. So you can review clips, which is really exciting. You've got a peaking control to help you with focus, really exciting. One press, slow and quick motion. You press this and you go into slow and quick motion, and you just adjust your frame rate like so. 1080, 50 and 60p. I mean, that is in itself huge. Gain controls, white balance controls, picture profile controls, all of the kind of things that if you've shot video for a while you're so used to having that the DSLRs just didn't have. And I'm a huge DSLR fan, but I'm afraid this is looking like it's going to really make a dent into that market. And we had it designed so it was actually like a kind of really small form factor. I mean, there's the 7D, and what's great about this camera is the fact you can get it into tight spaces. Well, you know, if we compare them here, as you can see, the NEX FS100 is actually narrower, although it's obviously a bit deeper because of all the controls. But you know, once you get a lens on it, yes, okay, it's a little bit bigger, but fundamentally it's very, very workable. And we know this because we went out and shot this promo in London this weekend. Screen on top closes down like so. Having a screen on top is just the best thing ever. Flip up, you can spin it around, so your director can be looking off this. You'll see some images here from the behind the scenes that we did. We had our small HD monitor rigged up, I was focusing off that. Or as if James was focus pulling, he'd have that, and I'd have this for framing. It's fully rotatable, 180 degrees that way and the other way. So you can flip the monitor on both sides of the camera. And then the thing that I think is really neat is that. So we were doing some stuff in a bus station, we didn't have permission. And of course the other thing about DSLRs that have been so great is when you're filming incognito. So we were able to film like so. Just you know, holding the camera down and looking at it like this. So that's another great possibility. Now the controls, let me talk you through some of the controls on top of the camera. We've got all your audio controls here. XLR input 1 here, XLR input 2, there we go, other way. Second XLR input. So it's been designed very cleverly. Rather than having a big breakout box somewhere, they've just fitted it all in to the design of the camera. HDMI out, large HDMI out. That will stream out 1920 1080 422. Very exciting. So all your Key Pros, Nano Flashes, any of those kind of devices will work really well with this system. Built-in media, you've got SD cards and the Sony memory stick. And you've also got on this side, and this is just a dummy here, you've got what's called the FMU, and that's going to be a 128 gigabyte solid state drive. That's going to give you 10 hours of recording time on one pack. And the music video that you can see here, that you're going to be seeing after this film, is all shot at 24 megabits AVC HD, brought into Final Cut ProRes, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So, you know, at this stage we've had this camera for a very short amount of time. I think we are the first people in the world to shoot anything with this, which is just a huge, huge honour, and I'm very, very excited about. Headphone output, again, something we desperately wanted. So you can monitor your audio, really important. Manual audio controls, you've got phantom power. Talking of power, the battery is an MPF 970. So anyone who's got a Z1 or a Z1, it's the same batteries. And one battery we shot for about 7 hours on. Incredibly low power consumption. I'm not sure exactly what the specs are, because I say this is a prototype, there's no details on the camera. Also, when you go into playback mode, go into visual index, and it reads all your clips. And this is really smart. Touch screen. So you can look at your rushes and watch them back. There we go. Yeah, touch screen controls. So you can pause, you can forward, you can reverse. It's really, really cool. And we kind of stumbled across this on the shoot. We got this camera at 8:30 on a Friday night. By midday the next day, we didn't have any power. We got some power. We went out and bought some lenses. And by 4 p.m. we were shooting up on a skyline in London. And in the evening we went out and shot on a bus stop, on a bus, to really try and test the low light capability. I think the sensitivity is about 800 ISO. I mean, I haven't checked that to be sure, but it's very, very good. The stuff we were shooting outdoors in the bus stop, we were shooting sort of 0 dB again, +3, +6 in some cases, and a really clean picture. And where there was noise, it's very clean noise, it's very soft noise. So that's something else we talked about in the design process, and really it's staggering to realise that these companies do actually want to hear from us filmmakers and take on board what we suggest. It's a huge, huge compliment. Other things on this camera which are worth noting, lots and lots of anchor points. We've got, I think that's either 1/4-20s or 3/8 screw holes here and here. On the bottom of it we've got 4 here, another 2 here for a tripod plate, larger screw holes here. Forgive me if I don't know exact dimensions, but lots of places to rig the camera. You can rig it on the top and undersling it. And this is the camera in its absolute basic form. Obviously, if you want to start using it more like a video camera, you can slot on this hand grip with a built-in mic. Plug that in on the side here. Then if you want to shoot with the supplied sort of eyepiece viewfinder, it's just a plastic optical viewfinder which just enhances the screen. And what you do is you pop this on like so, and it just gives you a bit of sunshade. I don't think this is going to negate the need for an EVF, I'm really honest with you. The screen is a nice resolution, but I think if you're going to be shooting, you know, in this configuration, fine. But if you want to rig this up on a shoulder pad and start operating like a proper camera, then you want to get something like a Zacuto EVF to just bolt onto the side and get your eye in the right position. And I think that for the pro user is going to be a really big thing. So you've then got, you know, a camera that's starting to change its form factor. It's starting to grow. What was really important when we did the consultancy with Sony was that we said you have to have the ability to strip it right down, because there are times when you want to shoot really covertly, and then there are times when you want to shoot in a more configured situation. And you'll see from these stills from the shoot that you know, we had it rigged up with a Zacuto base plate for the tripod shots. But you know, it's a lovely feel to it. Everything feels very natural and where it should be. And then finally, there's this sort of wrist strap mount, which is, yeah, again, something you can just add on modularly if you decide you wanted to go handheld. And it sort of reminds me of working with a Hasselblad. I used to have a Hasselblad, and let's just do it. It's not the most fluid presentation ever, but I want to just show you how easy this is in real time, so that no one gets cynical that we're setting this all up to make it look easier than it actually is. Again, really nice touch, removable hand grip, so you can actually put this in various positions, but it's also got a start-stop button, so you just plug this cable in here into the remote switch on the back of the camera. There we are. Trying to do this single-handed. Into the back of the camera, and then you've got a camera which is, you know, single-handed use, and you can start or stop your recording. So really excited about this camera. The picture quality is absolutely amazing. Some great built-in picture profiles. We did some quick setups with them. Really filmic looking, nice dynamic range, beautiful tonality across the range, great color saturation. I can't say enough about how excited I am about this camera. It's like the EX1 meets your DSLR, and it is, I think, going to really do a lot of shaking up in the scene for all the right reasons. It is going to be a big deal, a really big deal. We've spent the weekend shooting with it. It was super exciting. Both James and I did a load of stuff on it and are just really excited to do more with it. You know, I do want to say thank you to Sony. They've shown huge trust in us here at f-stop to allow us to take this camera out when there's the only one in existence, and certainly in Europe, out of 2 in the world. They allowed us, they really supported us to go and make this project. I think they really want to see filmmakers get a hold of this camera and do great things. And I'm very grateful to James at Hangman for getting involved in this project. We had a great time doing it. I hope you really enjoy the promo. Check out Cozzy. She's really a great girl, huge talent, completely undiscovered, and it was a pleasure working with her and the whole team that helped us on the promo. We pulled it together in a very short space of time, and it was a lot of fun to do. And I hope you guys enjoy the camera, and please leave some comments beneath, and we'll get back to you.
Walking out on a tightrope wide, taking me higher and higher. Never been as high as this before. Dropping like a stone in water, falling in deeper and deeper. Never been as deep as this before. Hold me while the world passes by, 'cause you make me feel high, then low. Hold me tight, I don't want to fly free. Loving you's giving me vertigo. Light as air in a cloudless sky, feather in the breeze. There's nothing holding me but you. Flying without wings, feet way off the ground. Gravity is leading me to you. While the world passes by, 'cause you make me feel high, then low. Hold me tight, I don't want to fly free. Loving you's giving me vertigo. weightless, fateless, falling. Hearts alive, we're dipping and diving, death-defying, floating and flying. Everything is leading me to you.